Hi, fourth grade. Today's math lesson is lesson 13.3. You can find it in your Go Math book on page 505. It is called Area of Combined Rectangles. The essential question, how can you find the area of combined rectangles? So for example, say I want to put carpet in all of my rooms downstairs and the bedrooms upstairs. So I would need to find the area of each of those rooms and then put it all together to find out how much total carpet that I need. So we're combining areas of rectangles. So again, page 505 in your Go Math book. Get that ready to go. And you will need some grid paper. So we did put a couple pieces in each of your piles, but I'm also attaching a piece to the template. If you happen to have a printer, you could print it off. If not, we might just have to do the best we can do without it. So hopefully you can find it in your pile of stuff, or you can print it off. If not, no big deal. We'll just do the best we can do. Let's go ahead and unlock the problem on page 505. Jan is visiting a botanical garden with her family. The diagram shows two rectangular sections of the garden. What is the total area of the two sections? So here is the diagram. You can see we got the rose garden. We've got 8 and 3. This section is 4, this section is 4, this section is 4, and this longer section is 7. So we're trying to find the total area of the two sections. So there are different ways to find the area of a combined rectangles. So one way is to count square units. So here's where the grid paper comes in. So we're going to draw the garden on grid paper, then find the area of each section by counting squares inside the shape. So the first one, 8 by 3. So I'm going to do 8 across. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to come 3 down. So here is my first rectangle. And the second one, remember the length was 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the combined side. And then it was 4. So 7 of the combined rose garden and herb garden. And then herb garden, sorry. And then 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we hook it up. Okay, so the first way was to count each section by counting the squares inside the shape. So here's rose garden. Here's herb garden. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. In the rose garden, remember it's square meters because we're talking about area. Let's check the herb. 4, 8, 12, 16. 16 square units. So when you want to find the total area of those two gardens, then you add. So add the areas. 24 plus 16 is 40. So 40 square meters. What is the total area of the two sections? 40 square meters. Another way is to use the formula for a rectangle. So remember our formula, area equals base times height. So first we find the area of the rose garden. Now you have to be careful on this because you need to make sure you use the right dimensions. This is the rose garden. So we know length or base, and this is the height. Don't use 7 because that's the combined of the two gardens. So base of rose garden 8, height of rose garden 3. So 24 square meters. And then the herb garden, be careful again, because look, this is a combined. We just want to know what this is and what this is. So we know base is 4, and look at, they're pointing and they're telling us. So this is a 4, base 4, height 4, and that's where it stops. So 4 times 4, base 4, height 4, 16 square meters. Once again, you combine the two areas. So 24 plus 16, 40 square meters. So the total area is 40 square meters, whichever way you do it. Whether you do it by drawing and counting squares or by using the formula area equals base times height. But be careful when you use the formula. You have to make sure you have the right dimensions for each rectangle or square. Okay? All right, let's look at 506. So here's another example. Greg is laying carpet in the space outside his laundry room. The diagram shows where the carpet will be installed. The space is made of combined rectangles. What is the area of the carpeted space? So here is our diagram. So we need to somehow make this 2 rectangles. So one way is to use, so you can find the area using addition or subtraction. So one way is to use addition. So that what I was telling you up here, we need to divide this into 2 separate rectangles and find each area and then combine them. So this is how they have decided to do it. They're going to find the area of rectangle A, and then they're going to find the area of rectangle B. Now be careful of dimensions, because even if you see this, this is the combined. Right here, we got to know where to split them and know how to split them. Got to be very careful. Same with here. So first thing we're going to do is to figure out the area of rectangle A. So this little tiny piece, okay? So they're really nice to us because they use these arrows. They're telling this is 8. And we can see that this is 9. So base 8, height 9. Base 8, height 9. So 8 times 9 is 72 square feet. Rectangle B, take a look. And they're nice to us because they give us this and they give us this. So base 16, height 17. So we're kind of ignoring that for now. So base 16, height 17. So now we do 16 times 17. $272 square feet. Then we combine those two areas together. 272 plus 72. For a total combined area of 344 square feet. So 272 plus 72, 344 square feet. Now there is another way you can do this as well. This is using subtraction. So now this is what our diagram will look like. We're going to pretend like we're going to find just one big rectangle here, and then we're going to take that little piece away, and this area will be what's left. So now we are going to use this because we want to find the area of the big space, and then we want to take the area of the missing section, and then that'll give us what's left. So looking at area of the whole space. So here's the area of the whole space, 24. The base and then the height is 17. So 24 times 17 is the whole space. So 24 times 17 408 square feet. And then we want to find the area of that teeny tiny little piece. So we know this is 8 and this is 8 because it's telling us. So this is base 8, height 8. So 8 times 8 is 64 square feet. Now, when you use the subtraction method, you take the whole space minus the missing section, and you should have what's left. So 408 minus 64. $344 square feet, 344 square feet. So whether you do the addition method or the subtraction method, the answer is the same. You get to choose what is most comfortable for you. Whether you want to take the areas of the separate pieces and add them together, or find the big area of the whole space and take away the missing section and then see what's left. So the bottom question asks, is there another way you could divide the figure to find the total area? So we're talking about this. So instead of dividing it here, could we divide it a different way? And I think you might be able to see that yes, you could. You could also divide it this way. And then you'd find the area of A and you'd find the area of B. So you decide how you want to divide it. But it has to be divided into rectangles for this particular formula to work. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at share and show. Explain how to find the total area of the figure. Now we can call this A, we can call this B. So we're going to find the area of A and the area of B. So area of A plus area of B equals total area. And we're going to count squares in this one. So let's count A squares, 3, 6, 9. So 9 plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 equals 23 square feet. All right, looking at the next one. Number 2, find the area of the combined rectangles. Now, like I said, you choose whether you want addition or subtraction. I'm going to show one way, and then I'm going to show another way, and then I'm going to show, I'll have to show the other way again. So on this one, I think number 2, I want to use addition, and I'm going to divide right here. So I'm going to find the area of A and the area of B. So be careful with your dimensions. That's what's so important. So when you look here, 6. So base 6, height 3. So 6 times 3 equals 18. Then we have to find the area of B. Base, height. 6 times 9 equals 54, and then we add the two areas together. 18 plus 54 equals 100. 6 times 3 is 18, 9 times 6, 54. Oops. Yeah, I can't read my writing. I've made that be an 8 to 5. I knew I was making a mistake. That did not seem right. This is a 5, Mrs. Drawn. So 72 square millimeters. I was looking at it as an 8, and I'm like adding 8, but it's supposed to be a 5. Sorry about that. Sorry for the confusion. So 54 plus 18, 72. All right, for number 3, I'm just going to use subtraction because I told you I would show a subtraction way. So now we have to find the area of this whole space. So 18 base, 9 height. 18 times 9. $162 square miles. And then I have to take this piece away, the missing piece. So this is 2 and this is 8. So 2 times 8 equals 16. So I take the whole space, 162, minus the missing space, 16. And I get 146 square miles. So addition, subtraction. This one, I'm going to do subtraction again, just because it looks like it'd be a good way to do it. Otherwise, I have to divide this into 3 different rectangles. So that's why I've chosen to do subtraction. So I'm taking the area of the whole space, 16 times 8 equals 128, and then I have to take away the area of the missing piece. So 8 by 4, 32. So 128 minus 32. 96 square feet. I think this is fun. It's like being a detective. All right, on your own, gonna give you some time to work, and then I'll give you feedback. Let's just do 5, 6, and 7. All right, friends. Now remember, you might have chose different than I did, but let's just look at what the answer is. All right, so for number 5, I'm going to do addition. I'm going to split it right here. So I'm going to find the area of A and the area of B. Be careful of your dimensions. So area of A, base times height. 3 times 4 equals 12 square yards. Area B, be careful, base, height, 11 times 7. 77 square yards. Then I add those two pieces together, and I get 89 square yards. For number 6, I'm going to use the subtraction method. So I'm going to make it one big rectangle space. I'm going to find the area of this total big piece. So base 30, height 20. 30 times 20, 600 square meters. And then I'm going to find the area of the missing piece. So they're telling me this is 4. I'm going to have to figure out what this is. So here's where the detective work comes in, friends. So we know height is 4. We need to figure out base. If we know all the way across is 30, and we know this is 15, 15 plus what gives you 30? So that's going to be 15 meters as well. So base 15, height 4. 15 times 4 is 60 square meters. And then I subtract, take the whole big space minus the missing piece to figure out what's left. So 600 minus 60, 540 square meters. So we had to be detectives here because we didn't know what this space was. But we know this all the way across is 30, so we know this all the way across is 30. And 15 plus 15 is 30, so that piece is 15. Number 7, let's go back to addition. I'm just going to make it cut right there. All right, so A and B. So area of A, base 20, height 6. Area of B, base 10, height 10. Add my two pieces together. I get 220 square centimeters. Now, whether you did it my way or not, just check for the answer. And if you didn't get that, see what maybe went wrong. All right. There's also mid-chapter checkpoint. I would like you to work the mid-chapter checkpoint. So page 509 and 510, there's only 13 total problems. And then for homework, since I'm making you do mid-chapter checkpoint, we're just going to do the evens. So homework page is 251. Area of combined rectangles, just the evens. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Page 252, 2, and again, we'll do all of spiral review. So please do mid-chapter checkpoint after you go through the lesson. Pages 509, 510, and then homework in your homework book is 253 and 254 evens. Please show me your mid-chapter checkpoint and your homework. Thank you.